My child, I need you to listen carefully. Because if you are hearing this message today, there is a good chance you have experienced something recently that you cannot fully explain. Maybe it happened last night. Maybe it happened several times this week. Maybe it has been happening for months. Not immediately fall back asleep. You check the clock. 3:07 a.m. 3:11 a.m. 3:18 a.m. Again. And again. And again. At first you thought it was stress. Then you blamed your schedule. Then you blamed your phone. Then you convinced yourself it was nothing. But my child, what if it isn't nothing? What if the problem isn't that you keep waking up? What if the real question is, why are you waking up at all? Most people fear silence. That is why they stay busy. Busy scrolling. Busy working. Busy watching. Busy talking. Busy distracting themselves. Because silence forces people to hear what they have been trying to avoid. And lately there are things inside your heart that need your attention. Questions. Fears. Dreams. Wounds. Decisions. Things you keep postponing. Things you keep pushing away. But the night is different. The night removes distractions. The night removes noise. The night reveals what daylight hides. And perhaps that is why those quiet hours feel so different. Not because something is wrong, but because something is trying to get your attention. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who inherited an old wooden box from his grandfather. For years the box sat untouched in a corner of his house. Dust covered it. Time ignored it. Nobody paid attention to it. One day during a storm, the power went out. With nothing else to do, he opened the box. Inside were letters. Hundreds of letters. Letters his grandfather had written throughout his life. Advice. Lessons. Warnings. Dreams. Stories. The man spent the entire night reading. And by morning he realized something. The greatest treasure in his house had been sitting ignored for years. My child. Many people treat their hearts the same way. They keep the most important things locked away. Ignored. Unopened. Unexamined. And then they wonder why they feel empty. Why they feel restless. Why they feel disconnected. The answer isn't always outside of them. Sometimes the answer is waiting inside the box they refuse to open. My child, there is something you have been avoiding. You know it. I know it. Nobody else may know it. But you do. Maybe it's a conversation. Maybe it's forgiveness. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe it's healing. Maybe it's a decision. Maybe it's letting go. Whatever it is, it keeps returning. Not because it wants to torment you, but because unresolved things rarely disappear. They wait. They whisper. They return. Again and again. Until they are finally addressed. And every time you wake up in the silence, part of you already knows what I'm talking about. There was once a traveler climbing a mountain. Halfway up he became exhausted. The path was difficult. The weather was cold. The climb seemed endless. So he decided to stop. As he sat down, an old guide approached him. The guide asked, "Why did you stop?" The traveler replied, "Because I don't see the point anymore." The guide smiled. Then pointed behind him. The traveler turned around. For the first time he saw how far he had already climbed. The valley below looked tiny. The distance behind him was enormous. And suddenly he realized something. He had become so focused on how far remained that he forgot how far he had come. My child. You are doing the same thing. You focus on what isn't finished, what isn't healed, what hasn't happened yet. And because of that, you overlook how much progress you have already made. You are not who you were. You are stronger, wiser, more resilient, more prepared. You survived things that once terrified you. Never forget that. Prayer. One conversation. One act of courage. One step forward. That is how transformation starts. Not all at once, but one choice at a time. And tonight, or tomorrow, or sometime very soon, you are going to face one of those choices. When that moment comes, choose courage, choose growth, choose faith, because your future is waiting on the other side of that decision. My child, the reason you keep waking up isn't because you are broken. It isn't because you are failing. It isn't because you are lost. It may simply be because your soul is trying to remind you of something your busy life keeps drowning out. Listen carefully. Pay attention. Because what you've been searching for may be much closer than you think. And the chapter that changes everything may already be beginning. Type, "I'm ready" if you're prepared for the next chapter God has for your life. Share this message with someone who keeps waking up at night and needs encouragement. Subscribe for more faith-based stories and God-inspired messages. Remember, the people who change their lives are not always the strongest. They are often the ones who finally listen when God whispers.